Hello, fellow Grognards, it's Al here, Grumpy Grognard Gaming, and I just thought I'd do a quick update video, because not everybody caught our stream, of the preview. Have a look, see what you think. We're going to be going backwards, so we're going to do the last things they revealed first, and then go back up to the other stuff, purely because the links just turned out that way. If you look, and most recent stuff's first. So, let's have a look. Matt is on his way to the Chaos Wastes at the moment, so it's just my opinion, and it's my opinion after having a good look at the stuff. Obviously, in the preview, in the moment, you see some stuff and you're like, oh, don't know, and some of the stuff I was like, curse it and crush it, we'll use it forever! And then, you might soften your opinion. You never know. Let's have a look, shall we? The last thing they showed off was Kill Team. The new Kill Team that's coming along, and it was intriguing. It's Necrons versus Deathwatch, which something that Valrak predicted. I have to say that little puppy tends to be right more often than not. He obviously has either good sources or someone at GW is feeding him information, one way or the other. But yeah, we've got basically, it's set in a Tomb World. This is going to be a more expensive box, 140, 150 quid now in GW. But it looks okay. I mean, a nice new Deathwatch Kill Team. There they are. And, they're Primaris, they're Deathwatch. There's not that much interesting about them. But you've got some nice variation, both with faces, and there's a lot of chapter shoulder pads. Pretty standard stuff from GW, but there's nothing horrible about them. Guessing it's a new sprue and not just an upgrade sprue, because you've got one Phobos Marine. So I would think it's a new engineered sprue, because I can't think of any other way you get one Phobos Marine. But they're okay. Yeah, I mean, nothing wrong with them. The paint scheme doesn't really help them all, in my opinion. Got some really esoteric chapter symbols on these guys. I mean, this one was like a red scorpion. When was the last time we saw those? So, although they're Primaris, they're not bad. Do something with these. So are those two Phobos pages the same? They are. Yeah, look, they're identical. So what you're going to get is you're going to get two sprues of bodies and then loads of extra lab bits to build your different operatives. Oh, Blade Master. One thing I kind of hate about Kill Team, a little bit, I'm not going to lie, is all these stupid names they had for everything. Do you remember the old days of Necromunda? You literally had Leader, Heavy, Ganger, Juve. Boom, that's it. Now you've got 5 million names for everything. Marksman, Aegis, Head Taker, Horde Slayer. Ugh. Anyway, that was your Deathwatch. And then the other side is Necrons. So your GMATs, I like this model. Apparently it's a lady Necron. Yeah, I like this. I thought this was quite nice. I thought it was quite nice at the time. I do wish we got 360s. I really do. I know they cost money for GW to do and all that kind of stuff, but they would really allow us to seal our impression of models, I think. But I like these. These, not so much. They're just plasma scythes that for some reason they've just given loads of names to. Accelerator, Reanimator. Oh, God. Tomb Crawlers are okay. They know, Tomb Spiders, but obviously they're a Canoptech unit, and yeah, they kind of work, I suppose. Kind of thing you see scurrying around in that Mechanicum game that they released, a video game. Warrior, yeah, if you say so, GW, if you say so. So that was your Necrons, and yeah, I like this one. I like this one a lot. I really do. I mean, that's really nice. Bit spindly, bit difficult to transport and everything, but I do think that is a good model. I like the look of that one. And you get a load of Necron Warriors as well, because they were saying the idea is that what you can do is you can play co-op. You can take 5 Deathwatch Marines each and do like a co-op battle. I have no idea if it's a campaign system or anything like that. It's not like I don't have 5 million bloody Necron Warriors already in my Necron army, but nice chunk of train. I think the train looks quite nice. Reminds me of like a Borg ship. There's the train. Looks kind of cool. Nothing I'm hating there. This looks a lot better than the prior Nexus box they did. That was terrible. Although it had a few cool bits of Necron scenery that I might see if I can snap up cheap now, if I get hold of this. This is going to be very popular. I think it's going to sell out on the first day, unlike Saturn 9. But yeah, I think it's an okay box. I think it's not bad. So, that was the last thing they sent off. So the Gravis armoured body can build 3 different operatives, of which you'll need to choose 2. Yeah, okay, cool. They also showed off this JoyToy helmet, and there is a guy who's doing lots of cosplay helmets, not even this one, who's just doing cosplay helmets, and GW shut him down. They've said there's more helmets coming. They've said, what's it? They're going to do shitloads of these. It's 140 quid. The only thing I would say is that, you know, and if you want it, you want it. It's expensive. There will be a Chinese knockoff version of this in about 6 months. I know that because my Gundam one is a Chinese one. Well, I don't think you can get the official Bandai ones anymore. But I got a knockoff one, and it's pretty great. So, you know, not that I condone buying counterfeit goods or anything, but China will China. If you want to spend 140 quid on it, you know, you'll get the official thing, and I'm sure it'll be very nice. But it's possible children with very small heads, mostly children and grots, might struggle. Yeah, I mean, maybe I'll do a children's size one later. But yeah, that came along. It's quite nice, but 140 quid, that's a hell of a lot of money. Then we got some Space Marines. Now, these were comical. So we got Vulcan Heston first of all. Now, he's all right. I said first of all I didn't like him, and I still don't think I like him. He seems to be painted very, very bright for a salamander, and it looks almost like a reuse of the Lionel Johnson pose, just kind of scaled down a bit. He's all right. He's not particularly dynamic or interesting. He's got loads of unnecessary stuff going on in the cloak on the inside. I mean, just the scales would have been fine. He's okay. Nothing to write home about. Stupid fire on the base as always. Stupid flaming logo at the top. He's okay. That's all I can say. Lysander, I quite liked. I liked how restrained they were with this model. He almost looks kind of almost Horus Heresy-like. It's quite an old pattern of Terminator armour. It's obviously Indominus, but, you know, it looks older. Yes, I like this one. This was probably my favourite out of them. Quite reminiscent of the old model that I'll find a picture of put up there. Still got a tactical rock, of course. That's how you know he's a commander. But I thought Lysander was the good job out of them. Although I do kind of hate that 3D detail on the back of his cloak. Why? Why would you have a heavy... whatever. Anyway. Yeah, nice. Nice shield too. This one, now, when this first was shown on preview, I had a very visceral response to it, which was basically along the lines of, I fucking hate it. I've softened on it a little bit. I still hate these tassels. Why would you have tassels that are like... These tassels are like 10 foot, and they've got a jetpack. Oh, God, no. But there are bits of the model that are okay. Despite him doing like a Kunrad Kurz type thing, I kind of feel like if you chop off these stupid little drones here, you can't take the feathers off, unfortunately, I don't think. But I kind of don't hate it with the helmet and the head. This can go to hell. The claws I can kind of get away with. They're a little bit over the top, but I think there is potential here. I can see on the back, though, because again, we don't get a 360, that this cloak of feathers goes all the way down his back like that. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to hate that. I'm wondering if you could probably take the good bits of the model, which is basically this, if you see. Because I do look quite like the old pattern of armour he's got. Oh, that looks kind of cool. It's like it's like Primaris, but it looks almost Heresy-like, if you know what I mean. I wonder if you can take the good bit of the model, which is all this, and maybe the arms, and do something with it. I kind of don't hate the jump pack. I can't see the back of it, so I really need to see the back of the model. I don't hate him quite as much as I did, but the way the model is, you can see that the banner and everything is all attached like that to his arms, and I don't think that's separate. I don't think you can take it off. I think it's sculpted in. And it'd be a lot of work, but maybe if you took the core part of the model here and kit bashed it with something else, maybe you've got something there. But overall, yeah, not a fan. Just GW can't help themselves. It's over-designed and over-engineered to within an inch of its life, and it just looks stupid. Just going to try and jump off, and this is just going to get wrapped around this. And yeah, anyway. Iron Hands. I originally said that I wish more of this guy was bionic. I didn't see at first that he is almost completely bionic, because there's no sign of any bionics here, so you can't tell. So I thought it was just this arm pretty much. But no, he's pretty much all bionic. I don't think it's a good job. I don't think he's particularly Iron Hand-ish. I don't think he's particularly special. He's okay. He's got like this unneeded hologram thing here. I have no idea. It's like a beat stick, but it's got a chainsaw grip. Yeah, there's nothing special about him. I'm not overly keen. Oh, we've got a back shot. Yeah, he's all right, But is it the kind of thing you could easily kitbase yourself out of the Terminator kit and save yourself a bunch of money? Probably. Then we had the Subadan Khan. Screw you, Kasaro Khan. Subadan's got his jet bike first. And he's alright. I don't like the jet bike because it's Primaris bullshit, so you get the design language of the stupid grip bar here and these grav plates can all go to hell. I mean, just look all the way to the back, all the way to the front. It's just not needed. It just looks stupid. But it's a design language of the Primaris. Wouldn't surprise me when we see the back of this model that this is the rumour engine that we saw with that Primaris engine on it. Whether it heralds more Primaris jet bikes coming, I don't know. He's okay. The face looks okay. He looks white scarish. You've got the Mongolian kind of thing going on. I like his glaive type thing, although it does. No, I take it all back. So he's got his glaive, but he's holding it behind him against the bike seat. So the second he tries to swing that kind of thing, he's going to knock himself out of the saddle. It's dumb. But anyway, not a bad model. So yeah, these guys are all going to come with free downloads on the Warhammer community site. I don't know if that nixes the rumour that Valrak had of a second Space Marine Codex. There has been no mention of a Space Marine Codex, and this does cover the roadmap that they mentioned. I would think they would have mentioned a second edition Space Marine Codex, so I don't think that's coming, but who knows. Even Valrak doesn't know everything. Combat Patrols. These are a mixed bunch, aren't they? So the Salamanders get, is that Agatax Earth? Agatone, whatever her name is? That guy. Is that a box of heavy intercessors? Because they come in threes, don't they? So it's, yeah, 3 heavy intercessors, and then 5 Infernus, and 10 intercessors, and an ATV. Well, you're getting the ATV for free, and that's probably a good thing, because no fucker would buy them. In all honesty, you actually get the ATV and the Infernus for free. So value-wise, this is probably one of the better ones. But the ATV is effectively anti-value.
He's out of line, but he's right.
So, not that great. But that does at least look like a decent, chunk. The Imperial Fists, I thought, probably got the best one, but it's probably the worst value. Because you've got a squad of intercessors, you've got a squad of Terminators, and you've got a command squad. And altogether, that's like 120 quid, I would say. These are like 40 quid. They can't be more than 40. Again, about 40. Don't go on the GW website, please. Oh, fuck, I'm going to have to go on the GW website. Fine. Right, GW website. Terminators. Let's see what comes up. Right. The old Terminator. Right, so £42.50. Command. Are they called Command Squad? Oh, God. This is going to suck. What can I do? Yeah, it's about 130 quid all in. Not a great deal, but probably the most coherent one there. Oh, Jesus Christ, that website. Miraven Guard, some Phobos, couple of assault squads, stupid Walker, no, and go to hell.
You go to hell! You go to hell and you die!
This is a joke. Iron Hands get literally 1 Intercessor squad, 1 Tech Marine, and 2 turrets. We can't sell these turrets because they're shit. Combat Patrol. And your White Scars have got 5 dudes, 3 bikes, your new character, apparently the only way you can get it for now, and an Impulsor, so a Primaris pickup. That can also go to hell. So that was your Space Marines. They also announced a Scouring series of books, so, I don't know, 10 more books as they... I don't want to say milk the Horus Heresy, because the Scouring could be interesting. It could be interesting, so that could be some good stuff. But that's coming. Nice piece of artwork. Is that a Neil Robert? So hard to tell. He's changed his style. I don't know if he's had to go quicker because GW have wanted him to, or if they've wanted his art to be slightly more, I don't want to say cartoony, but cartoony. You know, you look at this and then you look at the, if this is Neil Roberts indeed, I don't know if it says, they do normally mention. No. But if this is Neil Roberts, because some of his stuff has looked like this, we compare this to the likes of Horus Rising and the Betrayal at Calf. Mark of Calf, sorry. And it's a very different style. So, I mean, kudos to him if it is him for being able to embrace these different styles, but I'm not so sure that I like it. But you can see the other stuff on this side, you know. It's all bollocks, basically, and they're going to try and rebuild or, you know, salvage what they can from the shattered remains of the Imperium. Could be a good book series. I have to wait and see. I'm sure the limited editions will be scalped to bollocks. So we got Heresy news. Got to see more of the new Mark II Assault Squad. No notes. These are fine. Love it. Not over-designed to within an inch of their lives. No stupid banners flying around or emo haircuts here. Yep. Lovely. I wish I could have shown more stuff off. Got a feeling that you're going to get destroyers, breachers when Zone Metalis is released, basically. So, you know. A new journal, of course, The Forges of Saturn. No sign of Istvan Part 2. We've got Part 1. No sign of Part 2, but The Forges of Saturn's coming. I haven't actually showed like a converted Saturnine squad, but I can't see it. I'm not too sure on those. Oh, the Word Bearers. Oh, they're alright, I suppose. I'm still not sold on the Saturnine. Anyway, let's get that out of the way. Legion Imperialis. Nice to see they're still supporting it. I had expected to see another faction by now. I was kind of hoping we might see even more Dark Mechanicum or Custodians, but I suppose Custodians will probably be left off until the Heresy gets theirs. Or some Primarchs. Some Primarchs would be nice. I know you need to do a little retinue with them, and they probably have to be resin, because, you know, you can't have a box of Primarchs, because there's loads of stuff that people don't need. But it would have been nice to see some Primarchs. Legion Imperialis strikes me as the scale of stuff where you would see Primarchs, but, you know, oh well. Vindicators, Whirlwinds, nice. Obviously, those are going to be coming our way for the Heresy. You can scale them up. Same for the Mastodon, maybe. I think you could see that in plastic. It'd be very expensive, but I think you see that in plastic. They certainly won't want to keep selling the resin one, which I think is out of stock now anyway. Cerberus and Typhon. Yeah, cool. A new book. This was interesting because we thought it was a compendium on the stream. It turns out it's not a compendium so much as it's all the army lists redone and rebalanced. So it's like you get this in the core book and you've got everything all together. So very interesting. Look forward to finding out more about that. And then you've got, you know, data cards and stuff you can sell, which are hopefully accurate and won't be out of date straight away. And some 3D tokens, which everybody will have printed. Everybody will have printed these in 3D anyway by now. So, yeah, I mean, yeah, nice we got them, I suppose, but not entirely necessary, in my opinion. They probably saw how popular they were with 3D printers and went, oh, well, I've bet that. It cost nothing for GW to make that pretty much, you know, design-wise. Costly steel moulds, but yeah, you make your money back. We got a new Underworlds expansion set, so I presume you need the core set. 2 new rival decks. So, I mean, the core rules are probably available online. Doesn't look like it comes with any dice, but who hasn't got dice knocking about? They might be special dice. So, yeah, anyway. I thought these were quite nice. I like them more than the previous Kanofi things that we got. Yeah, they're nice models. Not, like, brilliant models. I mean, that face looks a bit gormless. But, yeah, they look alright. I don't mind those. Better looks at them. Glowing belly buttons is a bit weird. Spiky tails, probably unnecessary. Definitely a gormless face there, but it's a lady face, so what do you expect? Not bad. Not bad. And then we got, spoiler, Chaos Dwarfs. I didn't care for these at all. I don't think they work. I don't think they look menacing or particularly dwarvish or anything like that. It's just a bit of a hodgepodge and a mess. It practically look like orcs wearing dwarf armour. Yeah, I mean, make it in my own mind, guys, but not doing it for me there. They're quite like hobgoblins, though. So, yeah, that's your expansion for Underworlds. And then they're going to just release all the old ones again for a slightly limited price. Pretty sure I've got most of these. I didn't bother with the... So I've got 2 out of 3 of those. So 2 out of 4 of those. Don't have those, Skaven. I do have those. Don't have those, but didn't really care for them. And got those. Can't remember. Oh, Sons of Velma. That'll be popular. You know what? I might, because I haven't got those. Though I think I've got the missus those. And the missus has got those. I could probably sell the other ones on. Worth it just for the Sons of Elmore, that one maybe. Be popular that. And then this was the Destruction one. And the missus has got most of those because I don't really care for greenskins. So yeah, more stuff coming. And this was their big 10th anniversary Age of Sigmar thing, and I'm not a fan. Big army set. That's not an army. I don't even call that an army. Really? Is that what we're calling an army now? Anyway, yeah, I thought they missed the ball on these. We knew Chaos Dwarfs were coming, and I was desperately hoping it was for Old World, so we would have the Old World aesthetics. The old Chaos Dwarfs updated, which is what they've done, but they've done it in an Age of Sigmar Warcrafty way, which I just don't like the style. I mean, if you like them, you like them, and I'm not going to judge you for it, but they don't work for me. They just don't work for me. They look too clean, there's no fret, they just incredibly generic. And although there are, I mean, like these remind me of the Ossiarch Bone Reaper shields. It just feels like bits cobbled together. Not loving them. And of course you've got lady versions because you have to these days, and then they don't have a beard and then they look weird, and this is just horrible. She looks like a toy. She's not sure what's going on with it, and she's got the smoke everywhere, and you cut that off immediately and just ugh. Yeah, not a fan of that. Incredibly generic battle tone. I mean, God, what is it? It doesn't even look finished, let alone anything else. This guy, Votann, I think as Matt called him, was like, yeah, blatantly. Is alright. Okay, he's got a stupid hammer. Yeah, just not feeling this. It's just not working for me. Not a lot of stuff coming. It's their big release. Let me know what you think, guys, of course, as always, but yeah, not feeling it. I did like the Hobgoblins, or Hobgrots, I think they called them. Thought they were okay. There's a little bit of character to those. They're kind of cool, but overall, not blown away. And then they have this rather than the, the original one. Everything has to be taken over the top. And he's got this. And it just looks so cheap and just yeah, can't have a normal ball, so we'll have one made out of, I don't know, stone or metal or whichever you prefer. So yeah, that's your Chaos Dwarfs. I wasn't a fan, but hey, I'm not everybody. I understand that. Then we had basically you got this guy, so fleshy coats. Is that two different options for the head? This one's got like a hat, and this one seems to have his brain exposed, which is a bit better, a bit nicer. But again, it's just like that's meant to be a bat. It's just and just look at that. It's just that's awful. Felgrin, not liking that. I also thought the Spearhead was quite lacking on this one. You get your character, one of these Crypt Flayers, Crypt Horrors, and the Royal Beast Flayers. Oh, these were like a Warcry band, weren't they? So anyway, you can see Warcry now. Generic Nighthaunt cover. Again, it's just so Age of Sigmar, so over the top. I'll have this guy putting a potion in here and then we have all these smoke effects and just no. And then there's your Nighthaunt Spearhead, which, it's not bad. Looks alright. If you want a Nighthaunt army, worst place of doing it. Old World. Tomb King's got some nice models. I've seen 3D sculpts that are very similar to these, so they're just catching up. Wasn't too sure on the smelling of a fart look of the Leash Priests, but yeah, they're coming along with a new Arcane Journal. So whereas I thought it was going to be, because they've done all the races now that they said they were going to do, obviously we've got Cafe, Kislev's a little bit problematic at the moment, probably making him look a little bit less Russian, and they've kind of just gone back to the old stuff, which is fine. I love the old world stuff. The more bits that get redone, the better, because although there's a big nostalgia hit, some of those old sculpts really are showing their age now, and GW to an extent are new money for old rope, as it were, I think is the expression. The Votann got a big update. This guy was nice. I liked him. I think he was pretty cool. Quite understated for GW, if I'm being honest. Does look awfully impractical to be hanging this around, but I suppose it's extra armour, and I think that is mentioned. He gets like a 2+ get up again. It's better than Gulliman. Dodge Robotnik here, not a fan. Eyes look really weird. I think a lot of it's the paint job. The servo cover looks quite cool, like that. Oh, let's see the arm feed, that's the word. But again, the painting on it is just that's so painfully flat. This backpack, look at it. It's just, I know it's the heavy metal style, but the older I've got, the less I've come to appreciate it, I think. This one's not too bad. I like this. It reminds me of the Imperialis Mechanicum dude. Quite nice. Yep, standard level stuff there. These I like, but not as Votann. They just don't fit in with the Votann look, in my opinion. But I thought these Steeljacks were quite nice models. Apparently there's different types you can get, yeah. Look. So they're cool, but not as them. I get Mechanicum vibes from them if you take off the straps and some of the... I think there's too much shared identity there. The Earthshakers, kind of cool. Just a boys only squad, apparently. No girls there that I can see. But yeah, they're kind of cool. Yeah, it's nicely done. I don't like the Votann. The design just doesn't speak to me. I'll put some pictures up of the Necromunda squat stuff. And that is the design line I think they should have gone down. This looks a bit too StarCrafty for me. Not 40k enough. Not a fan. I know Matt is. Matt loved all this. But not for me. Another painfully generic colour. And there's your new Combat Patrol. I mean, you have to tell me if you think that's good. Again, it looks like 3 squads. Oh, 3 squads and a character at least. So it's better than the bloody Space Marine one. So that was it. That was everything that GW showed off in reverse order. Let me know what you think. I may well cut my frustrations and woes with the GW website and put that up as a separate video. Because I'm not sure that anybody really wants to go through all that. But yeah, sound off down below. Obviously, I'm fully accepting that people's opinions might differ from mine. At the end of the day, aesthetic taste, a very subjective thing. There's certain things that I like in designs and certain things I don't like in designs. But I've been doing this for a long time now. And I do think that in general, a lot of their models look absolutely over-engineered to hell. There's a level of, I mean, Space Marines particularly, there's a level of just like, why would you have that crap all over you? Look at Mephiston. Mephiston's a great model. Very ornate. A lot of stuff going on. It's like the Space Wolf suddenly just became like wolf everything. And they're doing it to that Raven Guard character. And obviously, I've already seen one comment on YouTube saying I'm flat out wrong about Aethelsham, which is fine. If you like that model, you like that model. But you're telling me like an ultra stealthy recon based chapter is going to have a massive cloak of feathers on his back that goes like with a tail that goes all the way down and banners everywhere. I know he's your chapter master, but he looks like a fucking retard. Anyway, just my thoughts. You let me know down below, guys. Back with another video soon. Bye.